Stop stalking your ex. Stop listening to news. Stop posting to Facebook if you have to. Disassociate yourself from people that brings you bad energy. Stop talking about a relationship if you are not in one or do not want to be in another for that particular time frame. Just so you make yourself happy and be productive. Disassociate myself with anything that has to do with news. I make sure I disassociate myself with it. I stopped completely listening to news or watching television news hours because I know they were bringing me bad energy. Because you can't imagine, if I hear about protests, if I hear about people being dead, if I hear about accidents, fire accidents, just whatever it is, as far as it's a negative thing, as far as it's a bad news, I try to disassociate myself with it because apparently it was getting into me. Because I am an overthinker, I tell you, it's something I'm praying about to stop it, but it's happening on a daily basis with me. So I try to disassociate myself with everything that has to do with news in general, because in the midst of you wanting news, you tend to get the bad ones, even with it. Because when I hear about the court case from the court, and I feel so bad about it, I feel so bad. Like, I remember the other time I was listening to it and I just hear somebody saying for news from the court that somebody was going to jail because of 3,700 aliens, like 3,700,000 aliens. I get so worked up about it, so angry, so devastated that how could a fellow human being allow themselves to be to get yourself involved with problem that has to do with 3,700,000, or you cannot forgive somebody because they are owing you, or because they stole something for which you just worth 3,700,000. It was heart-rending for me. So I try to disassociate myself with everything that has to do with news, be it politics, whatever it is. I try to disassociate myself with. Another thing I try to do, just so I could make myself happy and be more productive, was to avoid social media that was bringing me nothing but negative energy. Now, Facebook was one thing I stopped for a whole year. I only posted once for my birthday in the last year, because that was my birthday. And after that, thank God, faithfully, my birthday is in January. So I stopped completely. I stopped checking my Facebook, because I tell you what, there were things on Facebook that were just bringing me negative energy that I was not aligning myself with. So I stopped checking my Facebook. I even uninstalled the app from my phone, because yeah, the feeds were not so great. And another thing I stopped doing was checking on my ex. Now there was someone. So stocking up on your ex when you want to be happy is something you don't want to do. You really don't want to do. So if that ex that is very important to you, now somebody might be thinking it's him, but it's not you. It's not you when I'm talking about it. Please know yourself. Just know yourself. But what I did was to just leave them. If I was comfortable, I would still, if I still have your number as my ex, that means there is nothing attached to it. But if I do not have your number, like you cannot see my status, just know you're the one. And it was something I just needed to just get rid of. So if you really want to be happy, try not to stalk your ex in any way, no matter how tempted you are. Try not to stalk your ex. And another thing, if you really want to be happy and be productive, truly, if you are in a relationship, it's fine. But if you are not in a relationship, stop attaching or getting yourself involved with people that are in a relationship. You don't want to do that. So what I did, like I said, I'm taking my own case as a case study. So what I did for the last year was, anything that has to do with relationship, I disassociate myself with it. The moment you start, I will tell you, no, girl, no, No, you know I don't have a man, you know I'm not in a relationship, so please, I don't want to talk about it. And it works, because truly I do not want to bring my own singleness energy to you, or you bringing your whole couple issues to me, because I know that would drain me, and I know I was not caught up for it. So yeah, truly speaking, I stopped the whole conversation that has to do with the relationship, because I was not ready for any relationship. I was not ready to get involved with it. So yes, I had to, it was something I needed to do. So I stopped talking about anything that has to do with relationship, being with friends or any other person. I stopped it. Another thing I stopped was to get involved with friends and families that were bringing me negative energy. There are some people, the moment they call you, they will just want to bring all their baggages on you. I stopped. I know that they have quarter of the half of the year. For that past year, I cut off so many people, because there are people that will, the moment they call you, just, hey, me man, you know, or they will just say you have something bad is just happening to them. Come on, every other person is going do something out there. So I deliberately had to cut off some people. I deliberately had to cut them off, because as much as I love them, as much as they are important to me, I just needed to get rid of them. I just needed to let them go, because they were not bringing me the energy that I wanted. I wanted to be productive. I wanted to be myself. You can imagine the adverts in the city. You can get the noise right from outside. But in a nutshell, there are really some things you need to do for yourself. In a nutshell, there are things you really need to do for yourself. If you had to cut people off, cut them off. If you have to let go of some relationship, let's go of them. Even if you are tempted to do some certain things, they might be as minor as you posting on social medias, but if you know they'll bring you nothing but negative, you maybe just want to show off and things like that, please don't do it. Because this year I want to take it seriously. As much as we are doing all of these for fun and things, maybe because we like it, just know that we are also at the same time want to be